Hey everyone, it's Tracy, and this is my channel, American Warrior Wife. So, yesterday my husband had his first therapy session. Well, it was technically his third session, but the first two were kind of getting started, so this was the first official therapy session for him for his PTSD. I really wish the doctors would send home kind of a note or a pamphlet kind of giving you what to expect. That'd be great. He came home and didn't really say much of anything. You could tell he was kind of in a grumpy, bad mood, maybe. We said a few things to each other and he fell asleep. I ended up getting to the point where I was making dinner and trying to do other things and take care of our daughter. And so I got him to wake up and try to help me with a couple things. I told him he could go back to sleep if he wanted to, but he stayed up and helped watch our daughter a little bit. But he said he didn't know if he could do this. And I said, why is that? And he said, well, it made me pretty exhausted. I don't like how it makes me feel. And I said, well, I feel like that's kind of a sign of something. You went to a therapy session and it made you this exhausted. Like if I went to this session and sat through everything he went through, I would come out and not be that tired, I guess. So we kind of looked into it, and I guess there's something they call like a therapy hangover, and we read that it's actually a good sign if you're kind of drained after the session. It means you got the full potential of the therapy and you were actually kind of getting deep into your mind, and that's why it was making you more tired than normal. But I really hope that eventually it gets better on him and eventually it starts helping him. Another thing is he has kind of always been, not always, but a lot of times he's very he'll kind of jump the gun on stuff, and I've noticed it kind of gives us an issue with our money. I mean, I'm not the best with money either, but I feel like we're always trying to better ourselves, and we work hard and get raises or get better jobs, and we pay off debt, and we're still not saving anything. And I know I buy things and I feel like it's stuff we could use or might need around the house. And I feel like when he buys things, it's more for fun or toys for him. I feel like it's not something we necessarily need right now. And especially currently, we are having another baby in the next month, and we are trying to figure out where we're going to be paying bills, and I'm going to be off work, so we're not going to have that income. But I wish he was in one of the phases right now where he noticed that we need to be saving money and not out buying things. But that's one thing I've noticed with PTSD, and I see other wives, is that they can become very impulsive, and it's not like every day is a bad day. And I've seen that a lot, where they go through phases where everything's perfect, everything's normal, things are great, no arguing, nothing. And then out of nowhere, I don't know if there's a trigger or what it is, but they just get in a mood where they're depressed or angry, or they're just more, they don't think about the big picture, they don't think about others, they're just kind of more set on what they want, I guess. And my goal eventually is for people to kind of see PTSD differently and understand it better. Because if I go to somebody now and I tell them, oh, my husband's having money issues, he's spending too much, and they tell me to talk to him about budgeting or just talk to him about it and tell him that we need to cut back on the spending, and hey, I have this article you could read and talk to him about and have him read it, and that's not the thing. That's not the case. It's not like dealing with kind of a normal person. It's a little different because he has times that he understands that we need to be responsible, and that'll be great for a few weeks, and then he just goes back to that rut, and he doesn't fully think he's doing wrong, I guess. And I just really want people to... I don't use his PTSD against him. I understand it's just a mental disease that he needs to take care of, and he needs to get his treatment and hopefully get out of it. But other people don't see it that way. And a lot of people, whenever anyone talks about their husband's PTSD symptoms, people tell them to leave. Like, they're like, oh, you shouldn't be dealing with that. They don't care. They're being irresponsible. They're being immature. And it's a bigger thing than that. And it's hard you can't just leave the person. And that's a terrible mindset. Unless you are in danger or your life's at risk, or they're hurting you or anything like that. If you're just having issues, they need to see that they need help. And I feel like it's a responsibility of a wife to be supportive through issues. So I have a big thing of not giving up on my husband. It's hard. And that's another thing too with this channel is, as a wife, I can't find a lot of places to go to for support. A lot of people don't understand. I tried to be in like groups where I talk to other women with husbands with PTSD, and some of them go through the same thing. I'm not saying every person with PTSD is the same. I'm not saying that everyone's symptoms are the same. There's even different ranges. That's why they have different disability classes through the VA. Some people, they have slight issues with PTSD. They might have a little bit of anxiety, depression, or whatever. Some of them are much worse. Some of them have substance abuse issues. Their rage comes out. There's a lot of different stuff. Eventually I will get into more of the symptoms. But we don't have a lot of places to go to for support, and a lot of people don't understand it because they think of things differently, I guess. And so I hope eventually I have more wives follow me and understand that they're not alone. I know yesterday, between him getting home and kind of seeing how it affected him going to the therapy, him kind of being in a bad mood and just going straight to sleep, it really kind of bothered me because I feel like it's almost unlikely that we're going to get anywhere. And I know therapy is great for PTSD. I know that's really the only thing you can do for it. But as of just yesterday, I felt like it was a never-ending thing. Like, we were never going to get anywhere. This is going to be my life. I'm never going to have help. I am always going to have to deal with him being in bad moods and being tired all the time, and just like, I get exhausted sometimes because it's exhausting on your mind and everything. So yeah, I hope to eventually get to some wives and get some viewers just to help them and know that they have somebody too. Eventually, if anyone ever wants to email me and talk to me, I'm here. I don't have this figured out fully at all, and I don't know if I ever will. I have researched a lot, and I've tried to look into a lot of different options for help for my husband, and that's kind of why I've luckily got him to make his own decision to go to therapy and get treatment and try to get help, because he sees the issues that we have. He sees the issues he has, and he doesn't want that for his family. And so hopefully, eventually things get better. But yeah, if anyone ever needs to reach out, I'm here for you. There are a couple different social media groups, but there's not, like I said, I couldn't find a lot out there. A lot of the research that I've went to is just going to straight searching for veterans talking about their PTSD, and that's where I see their side of it. I let my husband kind of know that he's not alone either, that there are other people out there too. But yeah, if anyone ever needs anything, yeah, get a hold of me. But for now, have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.